Hey, it's Josh. I'm finally back with part 2 of my short series, and I've been unable to record midweek because I'm in the army. So we are back with it. If you haven't watched the first episode, then I highly recommend you do so. So we're gonna build this window in Minecraft. So let's say we're gonna build this window at set scale, say 1 to 1. And there, just like that, we've completed the window. Thanks for watching. Nah, I'm just kidding. You see how thick this window is? How many layers I have to use to create this illusion? How bad it looks when you fly around. We're actually gonna build it at a bigger scale this time so that the whole window doesn't have to be crammed within, 6 blocks? We have to achieve a certain amount of detail with all of this, while keeping it at a reasonable scale. We should get the measurements of each element first so that we know roughly the ratios of the window. We can tell that the window is roughly a 2x4 shape. These arches are all made out of circles. I'll throw up some diagrams on the screen now. Sometimes it's a bit of a guessing game getting the arch right, but at the end of the day you have to realize that all of it has to stay as a circle. So we'll note down that this arch's radius has to be 10. While taking your time with the big arch is important, having a bit more leeway on the smaller arches is okay. Alright, just like that we've made the rough shape of the arch, and now we can just build around it and start shaping out each of the individual details. We'll go away from Minecraft for a while and try and work out the detail on this arch. So we find out that the radius is 10 already, so now we have to import that into a pixel circle generator to upscale it so that we can add more detail in the game. Okay, so the main shape of the window is pretty much complete. You can see that this sandstone arch on the outside correlates to this larger ornamentation on the outside here, while this combined grey inner arch corresponds to this inside line over here. Of course, there are other ornamentations to add. For example, there's actually another arch inside of here, as well as more in-depth elements around the pointed trefoils. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up, and we can just start the time lapse until the final product.